Welcome back, Tribe. Have one here from small channel, Travis Wu. When you chase women, terrible things happen. All right, let's see what wisdom we got here.
Yeah, when you chase women, terrible things happen, okay? This one is going to be interesting.
Some of you guys are not going to like this. For me, it's a relief about dating, about what I don't need to do, the effort I don't need to put in, the approaching that I don't need to do, the money that I don't have to spend.
Ooh.
And what actually works for not just short-term relationships, but long-term relationships. So welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. If you don't know me, I'm an adventure entrepreneur and human philosopher living out here on Oahu in Hawaii. And
Crazy hair, damn.
I had a video about how if you are not her number one choice, it's not really worth being in a relationship because she's going to resent you, right? Therefore, you wait until you're a woman's number one choice and she's going to pursue you to some degree. And I just got a comment. This woman says, haha, this is so true. I never ended up with anyone that tried to pursue me, and I've been with the first and only person I ever chose and pursued since day one. I confirm, you're a woman, yeah? Yeah, I'm a woman. One shot, one kill.
And most women would not tell you this. I'm even glad that there's a woman who is agreeing to this. But most women will not tell you this, but that doesn't mean that it's not true, because they want you to pursue them. Because the guys they really want, they are pursuing the guys they really want, and they are not getting any attention from those guys. That's the only reason. They want to feel good, so they want you to pursue them. So I'm glad that we have something from a woman. So let's move on quickly.
Imagine this. Imagine you're a woman for a minute. All your life, men are pursuing you. You've never said yes. You've always said no. You've rejected every single time forever. You like a guy, you pursue him, and you get him on the first try, and then you're in a long-term relationship. That's how it works a lot of the time. Now, here's the thing. You can pursue women. And you pursue women, you pursue women, you pursue the woman that you want. She didn't want you initially. There's some other guy that she likes. Just one guy, right?
Yeah, it's true. Like 90% of the women you're pursuing, it's a negotiation of convincing them to want you. And you do it successfully, you have sex. If you don't, she just blows you off. So that's really what it is. But those aren't the ones you're trying to get into a relationship with, because there's always another guy that they're really angling for. You're just like backup number 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. But it's not meant to be if you have to convince somebody. I told you guys before a million times, just like he's saying, negotiations for attraction can never work. No matter how much you bust open your wallet, no matter how many flowers and chocolates and how much you turn your spine into mush and tell her yes, all the stuff you have to do, all that convincing is negotiating against her actual desire. Imagine you have to convince somebody to like you. That's not a natural state of things. Now, when she meets a guy she's really head over shoulders for, like, wow, oh my God, giggling in the DMs with all the girls in the little group chat, wanting to see him all the time, daydreaming about him. She's putting in effort. She's reaching out. She's saying hello. She's very attentive on the date. She makes it super easy. There's no hoops to jump through. It's a completely different experience when you are talking to a woman that's into you more than you're into her. In the sense of like, you have to convince this woman to, why is she even on the date? Because, this is the stuff that happens that you see on social media and those like viral videos where the guy picks the girl up. She's complaining and bitching the fact that they're going to a franchise restaurant. I forgot what was that video. I forgot what franchise restaurant that was. It wasn't even cheap. It was like True Food Kitchen or something like that. It's not expensive and not cheap either, but True Food Kitchen, or I can't remember what it was. It's some decent place. And she was complaining that, oh, well, why can't you take me to like the 5-star restaurant, to all this stuff? So she wants to be convinced that she's not wasting her time with this guy that's beneath her. Most women consider men unattractive. Most women are being courted by men who have to prove themselves to them. So she's coming in from a superior position. So you have to offer the 5-star restaurant. You have to bust open your wallet. You have to keep the dead conversation going. You have to show extra effort, check in on her, all this stuff, message her for a second date, all of this bullshit.
Yeah, so if you have to jump through hoops, then she doesn't like you. If she likes you, you don't have to jump through hoops, okay? So that's just how it works.
You have to convince her to sleep with you. That's a pain in the ass, bro. That relationship will never work. If you somehow convince her to stay, it's only because her real option bailed. Let that sink in. You're getting somebody whose main option bailed on them. How do you think you'll get treated in
Yeah, you cannot negotiate genuine burning desire. You cannot negotiate genuine burning desire. Okay, so if you are negotiating desire, just know that it's not gonna end well.
these relationships? How do you think these guys wake up in these horrible marriages? They ignore the red flags that they got a woman who they were a backup for at best. They were never the main choice. So you get a hellacious woman in a house full of content. She can't stand your presence. You get starfish sex, dead bedroom, treats you like a roommate, emotionally isn't available. Why would she be? You had to negotiate from the very beginning to convince her to say yes to you. Why do you think when they meet a Chad, the rules completely fall apart? She does everything and anything he asks for. She offers up zero resistance, zero questioning his leadership, anything he says to do. She gives him everything. Why do you think they're so discombobulated after every breakup or pump and dump or ghosting when they have a Chad in their vicinity for a couple weeks, months, or whatever? And then the guy's bored of them, tosses them out like a piece of garbage and moves on to the next one. Think about how in love she was, how emotionally invested she had to be, how she thought this might be the stallion. She's going to tame him. He's perfect. And then gets their hopes crushed and then become bitter cat ladies, 30 plus years old spinsters, angry, 1,000 cock stare, laser eyes at every man that exists. Why? Because every man she wanted treated her like shit. It's so easy to see, dude.
I'm glad that he's saying this because I've been saying this in multiple videos. Don't chase women, okay? Let women chase you. Of course, you have to establish contact. You have to show that you're interested. And it's something like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, can we meet up somewhere? Can we go for lunch? Or can we go for a walk in the park? Can we have coffee at Starbucks? Or what do you do for fun? I have a party this weekend. I would like to invite you. Then you see how she's gonna react. If she is interested, she's gonna say, okay, cool. And then she's gonna continue texting you. She's gonna be interested. She's gonna put in the effort. She's gonna be engaged because she likes you. Now, once you establish contact, that's all you need to do. From the way she's gonna behave, you're gonna tell if she likes you or not. You don't have to force yourself from that point onwards. If she likes you, she's gonna give you the green light. If you go for maybe 3, 4, 5 days, 1 week without texting, she's gonna follow up with you because she's looking at you as her first choice. But it takes a lot to be the first choice of a woman. You need to work on your finances, your career, your skills, your fashion, your physique. It takes a lot. Okay, for some men, it comes easy. For some men, they have to put in a lot of work. But you have to be on that journey. Because if you are not on that journey, all the time you were supposed to use improving yourself, you'll be using that time going on dates, spending money. All that money you're spending on dates with women who don't truly desire you, you would have used that to do something on your body. Okay, like maybe improving your fashion. That time you're on the date, maybe 2 hours wasting your time, you would have been in the gym. You would have been reading a book. You would have been doing something in your business. Now, 1 hour, 2 hours, when you add that during the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, you start realizing how you've been wasting your time. How do you think guys like Tiger Woods started from childhood to become the best golfers? It's because they gave it all of their time. They didn't spend their time dating women, chasing women. Most of the celebrities that we want to be like, they spend their years practicing. Michael Jordan spent his years on the court, on the basketball court, training 3, 4, 5 times a day. Do you think he had time to be going on dates with women who don't desire him? You have to put in years of work into yourself to become the man that women chase after. So this is what you were not taught by your dad. This is what you were not taught by your uncles. This is what you were not taught by the people who came before you. But I'm bringing you this message because I know that's going to help you. You don't have to spend your time, your money, your energy chasing women because you can't negotiate genuine burning desire. Let that sink in. Let that really sink in.
Now imagine, let's take it to extreme. You're out of shape. You have nothing going for you. You're not cool. You're weird socially. You don't have a cool job. You don't make money, right? And she's a supermodel. She's an actress. She's a pro athlete. She's just something like, she's beautiful. she's desired. She's connected. She's smart. There's no game that you can run. There's no approaching. There's no convincing. And if you get her, you get this woman that's out of your league, she's going to resent you because she didn't get that one guy that she wanted. And what's going to happen is she's going to have contempt, treat you poorly. If it's a marriage, she's immediately going to withhold sex once you're married. And then if you have more stuff than her, as soon as it makes sense, she's going to divorce you, take half your stuff, right? That's the way it is, right? And here's the thing. Women often do not get the man that they want. They settle. So yeah, you can get women by doing the cold approach and the persistent and the pursuit and pay for things, but you will not be her number one choice. She's just settling with you, and it's not going to be a quality relationship.
Yeah,
it's going to be, it might even last. Me personally, you do you. You do what you want. Me personally, I would rather be single with my dog and my cat, reading a book on a Saturday night alone, than being with someone who didn't choose me first, right?
And I will add that if you happen to get a woman, now that you understand this, now that you have this knowledge, if you happen to get a woman that you actually chase after, just understand that it's for short term. Once you've had sex 1 or 2 or 3 times, just let it go, because you will never have first choice in the first place. No amount of sex is gonna make her love you more. Okay, so now that you've had sex with her, just understand that this thing is about to end. So it's just for the short term. It's a short-term strategy kind of thing. Don't go for a long-term relationship with her. Don't try to marry her. It's just gonna get worse over time.
So what does that mean? What does this mean for men in dating? Again, you can do what you want, but my style with this is, again, I'm not trying to convince anyone to like me. This is the good news. You don't need to convince anyone to like you. You don't really need to approach anyone. You don't need to try to charm anyone, right? What you do is you make yourself attractive to women.
Yep.
And then you put yourself.
That's the whole point of the self-improvement stuff. You do it for yourself, but what happens is you get genuine interest from women more and more as you keep getting better and better. It's not that you self-improve to go hit on more women, to convince more women, to make them more open to sleeping with you. It's the fact that you will increase your chances to have raw primal attraction from a woman, that you'll finally come across a woman that goes, holy fuck, this guy's really well put together. Wow, he's so cool. Wow, he's so attractive. He's got great hobbies. You know, when your mind, body, and spirit is fully aligned, you live a very authentic existence for yourself, and that magnetizes people to you. Pay attention to what I'm saying. When all those are aligned, it seems like you're a magnet to people. They all want a piece of your life. When you finally get a woman that's naturally attracted to you, as raw primal attraction, guys, it's like a hot knife through butter. The whole relationship is so easy. There is no hoops to jump through. There are no arguments. There's no fighting. There's no proving anything. There's no underhanded, like constant negotiation of things, of a power dynamic in the relationship. Everybody falls into their place, masculine, feminine, leading, supporting. By nature, you are a, quote, real man in her eyes, as opposed to having to prove how much of a man you are to most women that aren't into you.
In proximity to them, where you are visible, and allow them to meet you and or admire you from afar. And eventually at times one will choose you. You're the one guy she likes, and she'll make it clear to you. She'll make it clear to you by talking to you, by subtly hinting at dates, by messaging you frequently. We're into 2024, responding to your Instagram posts and stories. Maybe just blatantly asking you to do things, maybe even tell her she likes you, maybe even tell you that she wants to have sex with you, right? I personally get this. Part of it's attraction. We'll come back to that, but I had a video pop up in my feed the other day, and this video was saying, talking about how, oh man, like you wait too long to make a move and then you miss your chance forever. And I just feel totally different about that, because I'm not waiting for her to make a move. And if she doesn't make a move, I wasn't her first choice. And I don't want it, right? I'm choosing who chooses me. I want who wants me. Again, what pursuit looks like for women is dropping the handkerchief and you pick it up. So you're going to pick up on her subtle cues and hints and play the game.
Yeah, so that's very key, guys. Don't think like a woman's going to walk up to you and say, well, you're hot and can we go on a date? No, it's the way they come into your general vicinity in the general area, and you have to pick up on the cues. If she looks at you and smiles, that's a way in. The handkerchief story, that's a way in, right? You're at the gym and the chick tries to work out next to you, and then you move to another area just to check, and she's there again within the general vicinity. Same thing. They just place themselves around you. That's their version of interest. And then you have to take the first step and introduce yourself, and that's it. But that's how women hit on you in a very subtle way, because they need a way out. Unless you're extremely attractive, where a woman is just like, hi, and that kind of shit, which does not happen to many of us at all. Unless you're that attractive, she's not coming up to you at all. She's going to play the subtle coy game. And that's those little tells, I think they call them that choosing signals, whatever. If she's looking at you like that, of giving you those signals, that's when you pounce. But unless you get those indicators of interest, is that what they call IOIs? If you don't see those, do not pursue. Do not attempt to convince somebody to go out on a date with you. Now, you get more indicators of interest as you level up financially, mentally, spiritually, your body, all that stuff. Align the mental, align the body, and align the spirit. Be on your path, man, your true purpose, whatever that is in life. Build up your business, get higher up in the food chain at the company you work for, right? The side hustle you got going on, work on your body, go to the gym, go running, go rock climbing, get out in nature, go hiking, go fishing, go do something, be active, be interesting. Move, dude. We only got one shot at this life. You will, through all those things, accumulate more interest from women, more indicators of interest, more of those choosing signals. The more signals you get walking around day-to-day life, shopping for some milk and eggs and whatever, will be more opportunities translated for you to meet someone genuinely interested. If you're going to the store disheveled, if you sit in your room all day, if you look like shit, if you're fat, if you're overweight, if your beard is fucked up, if you're not taking care of yourself and you're putting yourself out there in public, like let's just say shopping for stuff or going to pump some gas or wherever it is where other people are there in the general, going to class at school if you're in college, right? Or whatever. Your chances of getting choosing signals drop to fucking zero. That's the reality of it, dude. There's no way around this shit.
But you're not doing too much. You're not trying to demonstrate high value or convince her that you're good enough, or please give me a chance, or let me take you out. Yeah. Let me get your number. Let me pay for you. Right? No, you're the prize. And this is better for everyone. Obviously, it's better for you. It's not always better. I mean, in my opinion, it's better for you. In this period, you're going to spend more time single and alone because you're not going to settle in relationships, right? Or you're not going to be with anyone who settles for you. So you're going to have high quality alone time. And then you're going to be with women who you're their number one option. And when you're their number one option, they're going to fight way harder to retain you. They're going to be way more intimate physically for longer because they're happy. They want to keep you, right? You're their first choice, right? It's not guarantee of a good relationship, but it sets it up better. And it's better for her as well because no woman wants to settle. It's just something they do, right? And when she gets you, oh man, it's so great for her, right? If for her to get the guy that she wants, it's so awesome. She's happy, right? It's success. Like that is great, right? So my suggestion is the game is making yourself attractive and then visible. So making yourself attractive is being healthy, right? Black pill looks maxing. I mostly believe in it. I don't think that money really matters very much. It matters less than people think. Being physically attractive,
I agree,
is under your control. It has everything to do. It's not just going to the gym. I don't go to the gym. What do y'all think about my body? Right. I do work out a little bit here and there, but I mean, it depends on lifestyle. You don't need to do what I do. I surf, I go hiking, I go diving, I walk, and I do calisthenics. I do some weights at home. But yeah, work on your body because that is going to make you more attractive to women. I really don't think style matters. I think it's overrated. Again, like for me, everything's about health. Just quickly to address my hair. People, I don't know why I always get so many comments from guys about my hair that women might not like it. I get compliments from women about my hair all the time. And a lot of you guys don't know that everyone has a terminal maximum hair length. Most of you guys don't know it because you don't grow your hair out. Most people cannot grow their hair past, say, 2 to 3 feet. Wow. That's why women use a weave or hair extensions as a way to try to improve their appearance. You call it deception, whatever. But me, like I grow my hair. I can grow my hair super long, and it's a marker of health. So that's just what I'm trying to do. And again, it's not just looks. You think it's looks maxing. It's also smell. studies find that women care maybe more about smell than about looks. And that doesn't mean being clean and hygienic and putting chemicals on you or wearing cologne. It means essentially the pheromones coming out of your body. And if you don't believe me, this is why women steal your sweatshirt. It's for the smell. That's the main reason.
Yeah.
It's not because they need a sweatshirt. Like, they get hooked on your smell, right? So you don't need to worry about your smell.
Like
You
creeps.
just need to worry about being healthy, and your smell will be good. And
You know, it's like how dudes are sniffing panties and stuff, like the little creep shit, but it's women that are the real creeps like that, stealing your clothes and like sniffing them and shit and wearing them just to smell like you. They're the real creeps. Don't get gaslit.
if she doesn't like your smell, you're not her number one anyways. So it's all
Yeah.
right. And then, so make yourself as attractive as possible physically. And then clothes only matter to the point, in my opinion, where they make you comfortable and they show off your body to a degree. So clothes that fit well and you're not super uncomfortable in. So it allows you to act comfortable and be comfortable. You don't need to spend a bunch of money on accessories. I don't think it really matters because, again, if she smells you and the smell is good, nothing really
They turn into animals.
Nothing really matters. Like, the attraction is there, right? So proximity is really important. Proximity is tough.
Yeah, for the guys that are in relationships, you ever had your woman just grab you and just like their nostrils just getting a big whiff and turning into like little rabid animals? That's what he's talking about. For the guys that know, explain it in the comments for the ones that don't.
It's really tough in today's age it's tough when women are so unfit and so undateable. And men are too, right? When 2/3 of women are obese, 3/4 of men are overweight or obese.
Get him.
But yeah, just proximity, which also is visibility. It can be, just being around women. I mean, this is why it's easy in school when you're going to school, because they're just proximate and visible. And there's going to be a girl who just likes you. You're the one guy that she likes most of the time, right? That's going to happen. That was my experience. That's a lot of guys' experience. And then after school, it's a lot harder to date. You go on dating apps, whatever, and it's just way harder. Well, you have less proximity. People have less proximity to other people, especially people of who are in the same sort of dating age, right? So you have to think about how to make yourself proximate. For me, it's through my jobs. I mean, it's why I volunteer on an organic farm. These are the only reasons, but it's a perk of the job. Working on an organic farm, doing hiking adventure tours, working on a dolphin dive boat, these sorts of things for a job, create proximity. And you have a neighborhood. If you live in a walkable neighborhood, you walk around, you talk to people. Could be of events you go to, climbing gym, go to yoga, go to dance class. You go to festivals or you go to concerts. I don't do all these things. I'm just throwing out ideas, but you're attractive and you're proximate and you're polite. You're not nice.
Right guy, right time, right place. Those are the grand tenets I figured out in college. If you become the right guy, the only things you have to look out for is the right time and the right place. For example, a nightclub is right time, right place. Always. Always. Grocery store could be the right place, but not the right time, depending on the woman. Or it could be the right time, but not the right place. She's open to, but in a rush doing some shopping. Yeah. So as long as you can fulfill the tenant, you can get almost any woman you want with the right time, right guy, right place. Just remember that. Those are the key pillars to success in this shit. So if you go to like the rock climbing gym, if you go to MMA gym, boxing gym, calisthenics gym, fucking yoga classes, if you go to any of these things where you're in the proximity of women, right? And you are the right guy, because that's the hardest one to get first. A lot of people don't become the right guy. It's just they have right time, right place, but you're not the dude. And you have to do the convincing. When you become the right guy, and we're not saying you have to be like some mega Chad, but I'm just saying take care of your body and get into a good position to get more of those IOIs, indicators of interest, the choosing signals. Once you do, and then you place yourself in the right place, then it's just figuring out through conversation if this is the right time for the woman you're speaking with. Maybe it's not the right time because she has a boyfriend. Or maybe it's not the right time because she's in a rush to do some shopping. Or maybe it's not the right time because she just wants to be left alone to pump some gas, whatever she's going through, something traumatic, something bad news with the family, bad grades, stress at work, the things that you can't see, which would make a woman short with you. It's not that necessarily she wouldn't be interested in you. It's just it wasn't the right time. She would have been open to it, had some other things in her life not been going on. So you can't see all those things. That's why don't fear rejection, because it doesn't necessarily mean you weren't the right guy. It's just the place or the timing was wrong. Once you can get that through your head, it'll be less of like, I don't know, a daunting thing in your brain to feel like your ego is being crushed, that you are the one that's not accepted, right? That's a painful realization to have. Like, wow, is there something wrong with me? A lot of men think that, to have your ego crushed. But no, dude, what it really could be, if you could at least convince yourself of this, and it may not be true, maybe you are fucking ugly. I don't know. Maybe that was the reason she said no. But if you could just convince yourself, if you could do the mental gymnastics to say, it's not me who got rejected, it wasn't the right time or the right place. Maybe she was going through something, or maybe she wasn't in the mood right now because she's busy doing some errands, whatever. Just think of it that way, and it'll make approach far less of an anxious act for you. The anxiety will kind of go away. You know, take the personal aspect of it out and just go into it thinking like, yeah, it was something else. It's not me. Okay, have a good day. And then move on to the next one.
You're not a nice guy. You're polite and you keep a distance. And this is also how you can date women at work, where people are like, man, don't do it. I have a terrible experience. Well, you can do it if you're the one guy she likes. And she makes it super fucking clear and pursues you, and you just sit back. And again,
careful.
Maybe nothing happens and you don't get any women this way. Well, in this case, you have to do two things. One is improve your attractiveness, which is your health, and increase your proximity to the type of women that you like.
Yeah.
But it saves you from, again, you can approach and you can run game and you can convince you I'm good, and let me take you out to dinner and let me offer all these things to you. And she might say yes, and you may get a woman that way, and you might get a wife that way. But if you're not you're not going to be her number one choice that way. She's going to resent you. She's going to withhold sex and intimacy from you, and she's going to divorce you. And she's going to cheat on you with the guy or a guy who she actually wants, but is not able to get. So to me, it's a relief, because it's like, I just want to work on my self-development anyways. All I want to do is tighten the grip on my diet and my sleep and my lifestyle and my exercise, and pay no heed to these women, not chase anyone, not try to sell myself to anyone, not try to convince anyone, not spend any resources on anyone if I don't have to. And
I wish when I was in college I had this information. God, the amount of convincing, the amount of game I had to teach myself, the amount of fucking stupid one-liners and driving conversation towards like logistics on text, or straight up how to get them to go to my place or go to their place, or all this stupid shit, because they didn't have real, true, raw attraction. I had to do convincing oftentimes. And the ones that were really super attracted, I was just shocked at how easy and effortless it was. And I didn't know why. And sometimes, dude, you're just not their type. It's not you personally. People are so complex. Remove the personal side of this. Don't take it too personal. You could be a really great guy. It's just you weren't her type. Just like there's some women that are like, you could say objectively, yeah, she's beautiful, but that's just not my type. I'm into something different.
Later on you can share resources, but this is how I've operated basically my entire life. And
perfect way to operate.
I've had
least stress imaginable.
A parade of beautiful women come through it. And sometimes it's slow season, but some of the experiences.
Yeah, the experiences are amazing. It's all quality, and there's no headaches. There's no like beating your head against the wall, right? That resistance, the adversarial nature is gone. The constant grinding of heads, just grinding in the relationship for power, all this shit, all that disappears, dude. It's just smooth sailing. And those are the best, honestly. All the rest is just you thinking with your dick. Let's be honest. We're men. We see an attractive woman. She may not find us the same kind of attraction, but you got something she likes, like you make good money or whatever the fuck other stuff they look for. That's used as a bargaining chip towards her negotiating her attraction towards you. And, when she stops appreciating the bargaining chip, that's when the claws come out. And that's when you get the dead bedrooms, the argumentative, the adversarial attitude, the manipulation, the cheating, the fucking horrible relationships some guys talk about. And this is Travis Wu, by the way. Links will be in the comments below. He nailed it. The guy already has the game down packed. This guy says, I watched a video once of a pimp talking about relationships. He said, if she likes you, everything's going to go your way. But if you like her, it's going to cost you something. Facts. To sum up what you're saying, if the woman isn't completely in love with you, she will always have her type of man in the back of her head. Yep. This is why they say relationships last longer when the woman likes the guy more than the guy likes the woman. 100% agree. I swear everyone and their mom tells men that they should cold approach and pursue women, but in the end, you're just setting yourself up for failure. It's way better to just not pursue and let them pursue you. You'll save a lot of stress. It's not that you're pursuing them because they're not ever going to pursue you. It's the handkerchief thing he said. You have to see the indicators of interest, guys, the choosing signals. Once they're there, you begin the pursuit. But if you don't see any of those, you don't. People thought I was crazy when I told them that the girl has to be somewhat obsessed with you. LOL. The dating game has changed, all thanks to social media. Dated lots of women, been with hundreds, and this is the main thing I noticed. We're always in competition now, always. Unless the girl's absolutely obsessed with you, she will keep some dudes in the back burner or keep her options open. Again, it doesn't make sense, and it wasn't like this before, but this is how it is now, unfortunately. It's been like this before. It hasn't changed. It's just more transparent now because of social media. That's what I would say.